Dalt Whitney, the most famous animator and feature film cartoonist in Plunther Hills Valley and possibly the world. He became well known in 1995 for the big screen cartoon Medicine Ball Monty, where iconic cartoon character Monty Muskrat sang this classic song.
Oh, I got a medicine ball and I feel fine. Gonna dribble this ball on down the line.
Dalt Whitney is still at Whitney Animation Studios every single day, where he supervises each step of the cartoon making process. Let's look in now at the typical day at the studio. The cartoon Dalt and his crew have been working on is nearing its deadline. Let's look in to see how the legendary Dalt Whitney handles the situation.
I'm really excited about the projects we got on the griddle, fellas. But truth of the matter is, fellas, that the one feature-length cartoon we've been laboring on for the last week and a half, Edwin the Spotted Sea Serpent Goes to the Proctologist, is scheduled to premiere at the El Blabo Theater in, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Not to put too much pressure on you fellas, but that means we need to finish up the animation in the next half hour so we can send it down to the ink and paint department by, say 8:30, and then down to camera by 8:50 at the latest. We do this, fellas, and I think we should be able to get it over to El Blabo with about a minute to spare. What is it you're working on, fella? Whatever you want me to work on, Mr. Whitney. Are you working on Edwin the Spotted Sea Serpent or not? No, sir. You asked me to animate the entire 19-minute dancing potato bug sequence for Mud Puddle Brown and the 7 abnormally tall dwarves. Scrap that assignment, fella. Didn't you hear? Edwin the Spotted Sea Serpent has been put on the fast track. But gee, Mr. Whitney, I don't know the first thing about the Edwin the Sea Monster. Get with Peterson there. He's the animation director. He'll bring you up to speed. I want to see all the primary sketches for the scene where Edwin's doctor puts on his rubber glove in 10 minutes. You assigned to Edwin the Spotted Sea Serpent feature?
Yes, sir. I've been working on the scene featuring the big plot twist where the giant squid invades the examination room.
Splendid. Can you have all the animated cells ready to go in, say 3 minutes?
They're already finished, sir. I completed the last 14 cells while you were talking to Donnelly over there.
Great. Give them to Peterson and then help Donnelly wrap up production on the rubber glove scene.
Yes, sir, Mr. Whitney.
You fella. What's your function here?
I'm taking the rough sketches Donnelly's pumping out and cleaning them up and putting in notations for the sound department so they know where to put in the sound effects and music.
Hand that mess over to Thompson. I need you to come up with a new ending for the film. I don't like the current one. Come up with something in the next minute and a half and have Peterson look it over. If he approves it, you and Anderson get cracking on it. Ready to go to ink and paint with everything else by 8:30. Give him your best idea and hope he approves it. If he doesn't, you're out of here. I've got another kid out in the lobby waiting to take your place if you mess up, so don't let me down.
Yes, sir, Mr. Whitney.
Okay, and you, what are you working on?
Well, I'm just the janitor, Mr. Whitney. I'm emptying the wastebaskets.
The wastebaskets can wait until after this cartoon is on its way to the theater. The scene where the doctor's chasing Edwin around the examination room and they both fall out the window isn't finished yet. Sit at that empty drawing table next to the guy who's been dead for a week and get cracking.
But Mr. Whitney, I'm no artist. I don't know anything about animation.
You know how to empty wastebaskets. You can figure out how to draw a sea serpent. You think any of these dummies here know how to draw? They just trace over the picture the guy ahead of them on the production lines drew. Peterson, get this sad sack some pens, a stack of paper, and a how-to manual on rotoscoping. Michael, stop what you're doing and take over the animation of the rubber glove scene from Donnelly. Donnelly, start hauling the completed drawings down to ink and paint. Anderson, you got that new ending written and drawn up yet?
Just handed it over to Peterson, Mr. Whitney.
I don't like it, but I guess it'll have to do. That means everything we got on the boards right now needs to go to ink and paint immediately. Pencils up, gentlemen. Peterson, gather up everyone's work and let's get it down to ink and paint right away.
But I'm not through yet, sir.
Any animation still needs to be done. You'll have to finish it while the ink and paint girls are coloring in the cells. This film's in the wrap-up stage, fellas. It's gonna have to go out as is. Move, fellas.
Next time, watch and marvel at how Dalt Whitney convinced NASA to let him aim the world's biggest movie projector at the moon and screen animated features on the lunar surface whenever the moon is full.